Hello everyone, this is AgentRuss and welcome back to channel. In the last episode, we built a proper inventory panel with mouse selection, but right now it's still passive. It only shows information. In this episode, we are making inventory items interactable. We will add action buttons so the player can use items directly from the inventory panel. For now, we will make consumables like health potions usable from the UI, and we will also lay the foundation for equipment by adding an equip button placeholder. The important part is that the UI will still stay decoupled from gameplay. Clicking button won't directly heal the player. It will emit a request event, and the gameplay system will handle the rest. Let's go to item database file. Inside here, we're gonna add a category for the coin. Category is currency. For the potion, we already have the category consumable. For the gem, we're gonna add the category, and we'll say this one is material. And finally, we are going to add one equipment test item. So right at the bottom, we're going to say, let's call this one bronze sword. ID is bronze sword. Name is bronze sword. Description, a basic sword. Stack size is 1. Icon text is SW. Category is equipment. And finally, equip slot is weapon. We are making item definitions more explicit by giving items categories. That lets the inventory panel decide what actions make sense for each item. Potions are consumables, coins are currency, gems are materials, and now we also have a simple equipment item to prepare for later episodes. Now let's go to test level factory. In here we're gonna add a new pickup item. I'll set the position, item ID, and amount. We'll call this item ID bronze sword and the amount is 1. The reason we are adding a test equipment item to the level so we can verify the inventory panel handles more than just consumables. Next, we are going to go to event types. Inside here, we're going to say export constant event equip item request. We are adding an equip request event even if the actual equip system comes a bit later. This keeps the event architecture forward-looking and avoids rewriting the UI again later. Next, we need to update the inventory panel UI system. Inside the inventory panel UI system, we are going to import event use item request and event equip item request. After that, we can scroll down. We need to change the render details signature so it can emit events. In here, we're going to add world and player. And inside the update function, we're also going to add world and player. Now let's go back to render details function. And after the description, we are going to say constant actions equals document.createElement. We'll create a div. Actions.className equals inventory detail actions. If item definition (category) is consumable and count is greater than 0, constant use button equals document.createElement. We'll create a button. Use button.className equals inventory action button. Use button.text content equals use. After that, we can say use button.add event listener. We'll add a click event. World.events.emit event use item request. User is player. Item ID source is inventory panel. And after this, we're gonna say actions.append child use button. And after this if statement, we're gonna say if item definition dot category is equipment, constant equip button equals document.createElement, and we'll create the button. Equip button dot class name equals inventory action button. Equip button dot text content equals equip. Equip button dot add event listener. We're gonna add a click event. World.events.emit event equip item request. User is player. Item ID source is inventory panel. Actions.append child equip button. And finally, at the bottom here, we can also say this._details.append child, and we'll pass the actions. So this is the key architecture decision. The UI button does not directly use the item. It only emits an event saying the player requested to use or equip it. That means gameplay systems remain in control of inventory validation, item consumption, and effects. Next, we are going to add the CSS. So we are going to go to style.css, and right at the bottom, we are adding inventory detail actions, and these are the settings for it. And we're also adding inventory action button and inventory action button hover. And these are the settings for that. We are just adding a simple button style here. The important part is not the visuals. It's that the buttons integrate cleanly with the event pipeline. Next, we are going to create a new system file. We are going to call this file EquipRequestDebugSystem.js. We are not implementing full equipment yet, but we want the equip button to do something visible. So this file is going to import system and event equip item request. And then we can create the class by typing export class EquipRequestDebugSystem extends system. We'll create the update function. Inside the update function, we're going to say constant events equals world.events.consume event equip item request. If events.length is 0, return for constant event of events console.log, and we can say equipment request debug system equip request for item, and we can say question mark event.item ID. As I mentioned, we are not building the full equipment system yet, but we want the button and event path to be real. So for now, equip request go to a debug system. In the next episode, we will turn that into actual equipment logic. Now let's go to the main.js. Inside here, we're going to import EquipRequestDebugSystem. After that, we can scroll down, and right here we can say world.addSystem new EquipRequestDebugSystem. We are registering a temporary equip debug system so that the equip button has a real event path today, even before the full equipment system exists. Now let's go ahead and save the file. I'm going to make the game screen bigger. Let's open up our inventory by pressing I. Currently, we only have health potion. So we have 3 health potions, and we can see the use button with the hover effect. We can go ahead and press use. It will consume 1 health. In the inventory, it will say ×2 and count is 2. Just to make sure it reflects on health, we are going to reduce our health by pressing K. So currently we have 60 health. And let's go ahead and press use button again. Our health increases to 85. In the inventory log, we can see -1 health potion. Now total we have 1. In the inventory panel, it's a health potion ×1, count is 1. Also in our quick bar, it also says ×1. Now let's go ahead and pick up more items. I'm going to press E. Now we can see health potion ×2. Let's go ahead and pick up more items. So we grab the gemstone. And we also grab the bronze sword. And finally, we can grab the coins as well. We can select different items. So health potion has use button. And bronze sword has equip button. Let's go ahead and open up our console by pressing Ctrl+Shift+C. I'm going to press equip button. And in the console, we can see equipment request debug system, equip request for item, bronze sword. And that's episode 26. We now have a real inventory actions coming directly from inventory panel. Consumables can be used through the same item use pipeline as the quick bar, and equipment items now generate proper equip request events. That means our inventory panel is no longer just a viewer. It's becoming a real gameplay interface. In the next episode, we will build on this by implementing the first actual equipment system. So clicking equip doesn't just log to the console, it changes the player's loadout. If this was helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm AgentRuss. See you next time.